Those are your latest headlines. Hello and welcome to France 24. I'm Louise Hannah. The US has called on the international community to make Russia and China pay the price. Well, several world leaders spoke of the need of a Chapter 7 resolution at the UN Security Council, which would allow world powers to hit the Syrian regime with economic sanctions, an arms embargo, and make sure that these are enforced militarily. It's a move backed by a member of Syria's opposition, Syrian National Council leader Abdel Sayda. Well, during that conference, we heard some harrowing details of the atrocities being lived by the Syrian people. Opposition member Rima Flahan said that Syria's future is now in the hands of the international community. Well, last weekend, a transitional government made up of both the opposition and current ministers in Syria was put forward by world leaders at a meeting in Geneva. Well, at today's conference, Turkish Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said that the world also needs to look beyond a fall of the regime. Well, as you heard, we did hear some very strong words from US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton directed at Russia and China. They're not even at today's Friends of Syria meeting and have consistently supported their ally Syria. But it appears there are limits to Russia's loyalty to the Middle Eastern country. It's saying there's no way it would offer President Assad a get-out option. And the UK's Foreign Minister William Hague echoed Clinton's calls for Russia and China to start changing their stance on Syria. And Arab League Secretary General Nabil El Arabi set out a clear plan of what he wants the next steps to be. Well, France 24's Douglas Herbert is at that conference. Doug, that's the strongest message we've heard yet from Hillary Clinton about Russia and China. Can it be expected to get them to change tack? And Doug, there seemed to be a real call for unity at the conference, both for the opposition, but also for the international community. Doug, we heard Laurent Fabius again there clarifying that a text was signed by all 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council in Geneva, and it was clear that it was calling on Assad to go. It may not have been explicit, but that's what they agreed to. And he said it's now down to Russia and China to put their signature on a Chapter 7 resolution in New York. What would happen if they don't? And Doug, we were saying earlier that there was a real sense of unity today, that both the international community and the opposition were saying, yes, we're united, we're ready to do this together. In practice, is that going to happen? It definitely all hinges on Russia and China. Thank you, Douglas Herbert, reporting live for us there from that Friends of Syria conference here in Paris. Back to Ahmad Georgian, our other international affairs editor. We're blessed with so many international affairs editors today. It was interesting again what Laurent Fabius said earlier. He said that we are unanimously clear Bashar al-Assad must go, the sooner the better, and then he outlined these 6 commitments on how they're going to do it. One of them was that they're going to give the democratic opposition inside and out active support. Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Armin Georgian, our international affairs editor there. Well, in some other big news coming out of Syria, a high-ranking member of President Bashar al-Assad's military has defected. France's Foreign Minister Laurent Fabius has confirmed that General Manav Tlas has fled to Paris, and it's the first time that such a senior member of the army has quit. And we're also being offered a tantalising glimpse into the inner workings of the Syrian government. WikiLeaks, the whistleblowing website, says it's poised to release up to 2 million confidential emails. But as well as detailing correspondence between the most senior Ba'ath Party figures, we're also being told it'll show the West as being two-faced. Well, Libya, of course, did manage to topple its regime. Now, nearly 8 months after Gaddafi was captured, and the country's going to the polls for the first time in 47 years, in what's being billed as its first truly democratic election. And that wraps this edition. Nadia Sharbi will be with you in just a few minutes. Stay tuned for that.